Close your eyes. Let the world around you fade. The ticking of clocks. The hum of machines. The whispers of your own thoughts. Notice the stillness. Notice the space between one thought and the next. That space. That silent witness. Some call it consciousness. What is consciousness? Is it the stream of thoughts that pass through your mind? The feelings that surge and ebb like tides? Or is it something subtler? Something that quietly observes? Never truly sleeping, never ceasing? Philosophers have asked this question for centuries. Plato spoke of the soul, an eternal observer within. A light unextinguished by the changing seasons of life. Aristotle described consciousness as the essence of being. The capacity to perceive, to experience, to understand. Even today, in the age of neuroscience, we study the brain with all its circuits, all its firing neurons, mapping synapses and patterns, hoping to find the spark that separates awareness from unconsciousness. Yet, even with every scan, every measurement, the question lingers. Because consciousness is not just a process. It is the very sense of being. The I am that underlies every experience. Consider a dream. You drift through landscapes of memory and imagination. Mountains rise, rivers flow, faces appear and vanish. And yet, somewhere deep within, you know this is a dream. You are aware of being aware. This self-awareness, this recursive, reflective quality, is at the heart of consciousness. It is why we ponder, why we imagine, why we feel the weight of existence pressing gently against us. Neuroscience maps the networks. The thalamus, the cortex, the dance of electrical impulses. But a map is not the territory. The pattern of firing does not capture the experience. The raw, unfiltered presence of being. Some philosophers call this the hard problem of consciousness. David Chalmers named it so. The easy problems, they say, are explaining behavior, memory, attention. The hard problem is explaining why any of this feels like anything at all. Why is there a world inside you at all? Pause. Breathe. Close your eyes deeper now. Feel the quiet. Notice the subtle shift between thinking and being. Even in silence, consciousness is there. Observing. Not judging. Simply aware. In meditation, some traditions call it the witness. The Atman, the Tao. The still point where thought dissolves. And pure awareness remains. In physics, some speculate consciousness may be fundamental. Perhaps it is not just a byproduct of matter, but a primary quality of the universe itself, woven into the fabric of reality, like space and time. And yet, despite all these ideas, all these maps, the moment you turn your attention inward, you realize something profound. Consciousness is always present. It is the lens through which life appears. It is the silent companion to every joy, every sorrow, every fleeting moment. We cannot step outside it. We cannot observe it fully without it observing us. It is both the canvas and the painter, the mirror and the reflection. Notice the rhythm of your breath, the rise and fall of your chest, the faint pulse of your heartbeat. In this rhythm, consciousness hums. A soft, persistent song of being. William James called it the stream of consciousness. It flows like a river. Sometimes turbulent, sometimes serene. Always moving, always changing. And yet, always present. Even when we sleep, consciousness does not vanish entirely. It transforms. Dreams are windows into the hidden reaches of the mind. Lucid dreamers navigate these waters. touching awareness even while the body rests. Now, imagine yourself as a newborn. Senses opening for the first time. Light piercing darkness. Sound piercing silence. A soft touch, a warm embrace. Consciousness wakes slowly. Gently, like a sun rising over a quiet valley. Even in these early moments, awareness begins to differentiate itself from the world, the I emerging. Tiny, fragile, yet undeniable. Pause again. Think now of a memory. A moment long past. A laugh shared with a friend. A tear shed in solitude. Consciousness holds it. Not as an object, not as a mere image, but as a living experience. Present even in absence. Descartes once said, "I think, therefore I am." A declaration of awareness. Of the certainty of one's own being. Even when everything else is uncertain. But consciousness is more than thought. It is feeling. The warmth of love. The sting of loss. The quiet joy of a single breath. Pause. Breathe slowly. Notice how your awareness threads through your body. Through your mind. Through the world around you. Even in pain, consciousness persists. Even in sorrow, it witnesses. It does not vanish. It transforms, adapts, endures. Some modern thinkers suggest consciousness is an emergent property. Arising from complexity. A symphony of neurons. A network of experiences. Folding in upon itself endlessly. Yet, this explanation leaves something out. The raw, subjective, what it is like, of experience. That ineffable quality that no diagram can capture. Here is a thought experiment. Imagine a being identical to you in every way. Performing every action. Responding to stimuli exactly as you would. Yet, inside, there is no experience. No inner life. No feeling of being. Could you tell the difference? This is the philosophical zombie. A creature used to illustrate the gap between function and experience. And it reminds us, consciousness is not reducible. It cannot be fully explained by behavior alone. Now, let your attention drift again. Notice the soft echo of your own thoughts. Notice the presence that watches them. Even in the simplest act, like observing a leaf. Consciousness is there. It perceives green, perceives texture, perceives the passing of time. And in that perception, the world awakens. Kant spoke of phenomena and noumena. We experience the world through phenomena. Through our senses, through the lens of consciousness. The noumenal world, the world in itself, remains unknowable. Yet consciousness is our bridge. The medium through which reality is revealed. Pause. Breathe deeply. Consider the interconnectedness of minds. Through empathy, we touch the consciousness of another. A smile, a gesture, a shared glance. We glimpse the inner life of another. And yet, it remains partly a mystery. Consciousness is both deeply private and profoundly universal. In every era, humans have sought to understand it. From the Upanishads in ancient India, to the mystical teachings of Sufis, to modern neuroscience and quantum speculation. Each path offers a window. Each path hints at the vastness of the inner world. Now, imagine yourself in a quiet forest. Sunlight filtering through leaves. Birdsong. The faint rustle of wind. Consciousness is the lens through which this scene exists. Without it, there is no perceiving, no experiencing, no presence. Even in stillness, consciousness vibrates. Like a subtle hum. A thread connecting thought, feeling, perception, and being. Pause. Think of love. Of awe. Of grief. All of these arise in consciousness. And yet they also reveal it. Some suggest consciousness is a continuum, not bound by life and death. Perhaps it is the current that flows through all living things. A river that bends and twists through the tapestry of existence. Now, slowly, bring your awareness back. Back to your body. Back to the room. Back to the faint sounds around you. Notice how consciousness carries you. Shapes your experience. Colors reality. And yet, in every moment, it invites a deeper question. Not just what consciousness is, but who is conscious? Who is the I that observes, that dreams, that feels? Some say it is ego. A construct. A bundle of memories and perceptions. Some say it is soul, eternal, unchanging. Some say it is both. Or neither. And in this mystery, there is beauty. A quiet, profound beauty, because to be conscious is to be alive. To be aware is to touch the infinite. So, sit for a moment in silence. Breathe. Feel the subtle presence of awareness. Threading through your mind and body. Consciousness is here. Always. It is you. It is life itself. And as you drift, let the mind rest. Softly. Gently. Like a candle in the dark. Flickering, yet unwavering. Remember, every thought, every feeling, every sensation is bathed in awareness. It is both the observer and the observed. The stage and the audience. The question and the answer. Pause again. Even when the world demands your attention. Even when your mind races with plans and worries. Consciousness persists. It quietly witnesses. Holding every moment as if it were eternal. And now, as you slowly open your eyes, carry this awareness with you. Feel it in the quiet spaces between thoughts. Feel it in the rhythm of your breath. Feel it in the soft hum of life itself. Because consciousness is not just a concept. It is not merely a philosophical puzzle. Or a scientific challenge. It is the very essence of experience. It is the lens through which reality appears. The silent companion to every joy, every sorrow, every fleeting moment. And now, breathe. Feel. Simply be.